Welcome to the next technique challenge. This challenge is to repeat an element on your page. I have repeated these yellow bricks because I met a munchkin from the original Wizard of Oz, so I needed a yellow brick road for my layout, and so I created one for myself. This technique, though, can be used to repeat any element or anything that your imagination can create. Maybe you might want to make a circle dot with a face in it and repeat it several times. You might want to repeat some flowers or some buttons. You can repeat just one row to create a border. Remember the rule of thirds. Maybe you only want to repeat it so that there are three of an element. There are just so many ideas that this technique is only limited by your imagination. So what I'm going to do is teach you how simple it is to do this technique. I'm going to make all of these layers invisible, and I have here, now let me copy it, an original brick layer that I created, and I'm going to clear my layer style. This technique involves using keyboard shortcuts. Let me see, I'm going to inch this over a little bit closer to the side so I have some room. Simply hold down the Control key while clicking on the element in the Layers palette, and you're going to get marching ants, as you can see, around your element. Now the trick is to simply hold down your Alt key. Now you will note that you could just simply hit Control J right now, as we most often do, and this brick is going to go as a duplicate onto a new layer. This technique keeps the bricks on the same layer or the element or whatever it is that you're copying. And so I'm going to simply hold down the Alt key, click down with my mouse, and drag. Now I can click down with my mouse and drag again, and now I'm continuing to hold down my Alt key. I have not let up on the Alt key. I have let up on my mouse. So I'm holding down the Alt key, clicking down with my mouse, dragging, and letting go of my mouse. And so you can see I can randomly put these wherever I want all over my page fairly quickly. And you can see they're all now staying on the same layer. So this is one way that you can quickly create and repeat elements. I'm going to hit this back button a whole bunch of times to get rid of all of those, because now I want to show you something else that is handy. I'm going to go ahead and hold down on the Alt key, but then I'm also going to hold down on the Shift key. So that requires two fingers, a little bit of coordination. And now when I click with my mouse and drag, you'll notice that it keeps it so it goes in a straight line. And this is how I did my brick wall. Okay, I'm going to hit Control D on my keyboard, and to continue making my brick wall, this is what I did. I held down with my control key and clicked on this layer, and now all of my bricks have marching ants around them. I'm going to hold down with my alt key and simply reposition some bricks a little further down. Control D, hold down my control key, and let's get the marching ants around all of our bricks. Hold down the alt key. Oh, what did I do? I must have been on the wrong layer. Hold down the alt key and drag down once again. Control D to deselect. Hold down my control key, click on the layer again. Now I've got marching ants around all of those. Hold down my alt key and drag them down again. Control D, hold down the control key and click. Hold down the alt key, and you can see that I quickly made an entire wall. Then simply added my drop shadow, and you can lower the drop shadow so it looks a little bit more realistic, and that is how I made my brick wall for my layout. I'm going to go ahead and let's grab this flower, and I'm just going to move it up so you can see how we can play with it. Let's hold down the control key and click on the layer with the flower. Now I'm going to hold down my alt key and just duplicate that flower. Now this is really handy in that I know sometimes people first think of using brushes to do this technique, and but brushes, you know, when you stamp with them, they stamp in the color of the foreground color, and this, although it is not easy to repair, let's put a flower here. You can see I quickly made a flower border. Of course, it's not easy to erase, is what I'm trying to say, or to go back. But if as long as you keep maybe like I did, a spare layer with my brick here so that I could go back and play with it again, there's really no harm done. And so there you go. I repeated that flower, made a nice little border, and that could be going on a whole new layout. And so use your imagination. I'd love to see what you do with this technique. So simple, so easy. Don't you just love that alt key? And thanks for watching.